Hello and welcome to the Machinists News Network. I'm Deirdre Kanievsky. Each year, the Machinists find themselves in Washington, D.C. for the Legislative Conference. It's about giving the issues of workers an identity and letting lawmakers know labor is the voice of America.
You're here for a purpose this week, and that's to deliver with a common voice the anguish of the American people, the worker.
So as you head over to the Hill, I want you to put a face on it for those representatives and those senators. Because far too often here, people tend to dissociate themselves with reality. And I'd like to think that today, as you head to the Hill, you are going to present them with a slap of reality.
There's no one better equipped to take that message to Congress than the Machinists. And this year, the focus was jobs.
We're fighting to put America back to work. And nobody's had more tours of duty in our struggle than the Machinists Union.
You have always been there. The Machinists Union, when there are issues on Capitol Hill, you do not back down. You do not become the lobbying arm of leadership. You stand up for what's right for our fellow brothers and sisters.
It was the machinists in this country who helped build a functioning railroad system in the 1800s, expanding our nation's reach from one shining sea to the next. It was the machinists and the aerospace workers who built our air travel infrastructure during the last decade, ushering in a new era of global commerce. It was the machinists and aerospace workers of this country who helped put the first man on the moon.
With a true unemployment rate nearing 20% and close to 38,000 machinists out of work, the members in this room want to make sure Congress is remembering their promise to take care of workers and bring back this country's manufacturing base.
We need to make sure in this country, as we move into this century, that we restore and rebuild a strong manufacturing base in the United States of America. Without it, we will not be able to compete in the decades ahead.
But when they put the money into infrastructure without Buy America, it doesn't create the manufacturing jobs that should follow and that should help us come out of this economy.
From the business leaders of Boeing and Lockheed to the members of Congress who spoke, machinists wanted to hear firsthand who was with the IAM in their fight. Jobs shared the top spot with other issues like the Employee Free Choice Act, making sure airline mergers don't take away from workers without giving anything back, and saving the space program. The IAM has some powerful allies in their corner.
Why should people have to crawl across broken glass, go through some kind of boot camp hell in order to join a perfectly legal organization? It shouldn't be that hard.
And if our country is to remain great, we must be excellent in everything we do. The machinists, you are trained to do jobs and do them well. Our country depends upon you being excellent. That's why you go through the apprenticeships you go through. That's why you have all of the teaching and the learning that you have to go through. It's so that we can be excellent in the small things we do, so that we can be a country, a great country, in the big things that we do.
Because in this economy, it's now or never. And the machinists want to make sure Congress knows that.
When it comes to jobs, no one gets a pass this time around. No one gets a pass. No one can say no to jobs and Wall Street reform and still think that we'll say yes to them come November.
When you walk into any congressman or senator's office, it's what are you doing about jobs? And if they can't answer you or they give you that fluff and bull, tell them it's been nice knowing them, but you're coming after their job.
Lawmakers at this year's legislative conference once again asked the machinists for their help with November elections. And of course, IAM members plan to do all they can to make sure it's the workers that win in the end. For more, you can log on to goiam.org. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Machinists News Network.